Okay, welcome back again to some more Wargame Red Dragon. It's going to be a 1 versus 1 naval game on the standoff in Barents map. And yeah, we'll just go into the game itself. Oh no, wait a minute, I should already be in the game. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because I already switched over to that. Wouldn't mind some sort of on-screen indicator just to confirm that, but whatever, I did actually switch to it for the first replay. So the previous replay, definitely an interesting NATO versus HATO matchup. This one is also going to be NATO versus NATO. It's going to be myself, Lightman, versus Flitschsk, maybe? CZS of yeah, Flitschsk. God, what is that name? Flitschsk. Just call him Flitsch. Or Fligzk. Anyway, yeah, Flitchy or Flitschsk. Going for a pretty quick pohang. What is that do again? I have to wait for the damn thing to spawn it first. Ah, that's right. Yeah, it's basically an anti-ship missile carrier. Actually, it's not really an anti-ship missile carrier. It's only got 2 of them. Its kills is medium, but it's already got like a weapon devoted to kills as well. So that kills thing is actually just the overall rating. So basically, it's just a general fire support ship, I suppose. Be the best way to put it. Pohang. And also really cheap capping ship known as the Fremantle, which doesn't even have any kills on it, and god-awful strength as well, but it's cheap though, so Type 21 would usually be a better idea for a capper, but this thing's cheaper, so as long as nothing runs into it, I suppose my opponent will be just fine and dandy. Speaking of which, we actually do have a very early engagement. Tornado MFGs coming in, and Congo suffering a bit of damage. Both the tornadoes managing to get out of there though, or do they? Yes, they do, just barely. And there we go, just as well I managed to catch the opening engagements there. I was focusing so much on what my opponent was bringing out. What am I bringing out? So that's the question. Type 21 shape capos. Sounds damn good, and they at least have bad kills, which is better than nothing, I suppose. But, yeah. And yeah, I do have the Congo being flanked by champ cities on either ends, basically to defend against anti-ship missiles. Although now that I think of it, I probably would have been better off going with 1 champ city and 1 Baku if I've got them in my deck. I believe at this point I've actually created like a dedicated anti-NATO naval deck. Yeah, anti-NATO, yeah, naval deck, and yeah, that's why I got these champ cities as well, just to protect against the anti-ship missiles. Good kills. They can still be targeted by kills themselves because they can still be targeted by anti-ship missiles because they're still coasters, but there you go. Definitely helping out the Congo there. I think a Baku would have been a better idea though. I mean, maybe 1 more missile might have made its way through, but at the very least that would have meant would have most likely shot down 1 plane, and who knows, maybe even the 2nd plane. But there you go. In the case, the opponent does have 4 points score advantage over me, a massive advantage indeed. I think you'll agree. But we shall see how that affects the game. Probably won't affect it too much. So the Fremantle is, yep, spotted by my Panther, and that's right, because it doesn't have any kills defense, I can basically get this thing just to sit back and launch anti-ship missiles at it. Outstanding. So yeah. No, not outstanding. Damn it. Oh well. Using the terrain to his advantage inadvertently. I don't think he did that on purpose. We'll see what happens though. Going to be sending in the Pohang and the Lafayette. Oh, he's also got Oliver Hazard Perry there and the Lafayette there. Interesting. So he's going to be sending them to go after the Panther, but thankfully I managed to spot that. Going to be getting the Panther the hell out of there. I do have +2 points coming in now due to the fact that I did capture both Lima and Juliet. And due to the fact that I managed to shore away the Fremantle from Foxtrot. Bit of an extreme reaction sending it all the way back there. He could just as easily send it back and yeah, just have a Lafayette or a Pohang or maybe both defend it. I mean, he also does have 2 Tornado MFGs ready to sting, and I'm not sure why I said that. Actually doesn't really make much sense given the name of these things, but anyway, he doesn't actually know that my helicopter's there though. On the other hand, I can pretty much spot everything except for the supply ship which he's got around there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, can he spot it now? Let's just see. It's going to evac, and he doesn't spot it. He evac'd pretty much right over my helicopter, and he didn't spot it. That is remarkable. I mean, granted, this thing's also pretty close to the ground, but still, it's kind of surprising, actually. I thought that thing would have been detected, but apparently not. Interesting. Well, in any case, he has resecured Foxtrot, And yeah, once again we basically find ourselves dancing around with, well, I mean, myself basically just dancing around with a couple of Panthers, Congo just staying where he is, and another Type 21 coming into cap. Going to tip the score point balance in my favour, but we'll see what my opponent has in store actually. I might just fast forward a bit given the fact that not too much is happening. Just get an overall view there. Type 21 coming into cap, Panthers screwing around to trying to spot their ships, and what does my opponent see? Oh, he does actually see the Panther though, and the Congo. How the hell does he see the Congo? What the fuck is spotting the Congo? I don't know. But in either case, there goes my Panther. I flew it right into the Lafayette. And the thing does actually have medium stealth though. I think it's the only ship in the game to actually have medium stealth. So looks like I just flew the Panther into it without noticing. Whoopsie long. And yeah, again we're going to find myself under siege due to these tornado MFGs, but thankfully this time I do have a Baku to help out, and yeah, as you can see, yeah, Chum City's doing a great job taking out the anti-ship missiles. Both these things get taken out, and yeah, definitely a grievous blow to my opponents there. Kind of crappy that I did lose a Panther to Lafayette, but those things are pretty cheap actually. Just check, they are 60 points apiece, so pretty cheap actually for exceptional optics. And I'm pretty sure they can spot the Lafayettes before getting engaged by them. It's just that I have to be paying a bit more attention to be doing that. So I do have a Panther all the way out here. Just have a look at what we spot again. So you can still see my Congo, can't see the Panther around there. And as for myself, I can't see the Lafayette, of course, because that bloody stealth rating. But I can see everything else pretty much. I mean, ships are fading in and out of in and out of sight, but provided I'm actually paying attention, I should be able to know roughly what is where. And there we go. Yep. See, the Panther can see the Lafayette without being engaged. The Pohang is actually going to be retreating. Funnily enough, I don't know why he's doing that. I mean, he does have medium kills, and yeah, very strange. Strange that it didn't just try to shoo away my Panther, but yeah, that's all he's got there as well. He still can't see the Panther anyway, so yeah, okay, so he wasn't actually trying to shoo it away or running from it in that case, but very strange nonetheless. In any case, here comes the Super Hornet, and there we go. Actually, one of the missiles does manage to make its way through, mostly because of the fact that these Fremantles do not have any kills defense. The Pohang does though, but it's only medium. It's interesting how one of the missiles manages to make its way through. Bizarre, utterly bizarre. In any case, the Pohang is on death's door. Managed to get him to retreat, to withdraw, regroup, etc., etc. And yeah, the same for the Fremantles. They're just going to retreat as well. So basically, forcing my opponent into a little bit more of a defensive posture, which is not going to work out because I've got more score points than him. So sucks to be in his position. He might attempt to make a breakout though, because from what I can see, he does seem to be gathering all his forces here, and yeah, he might just be able to make a bit of a breakout towards the southwest portion of the map. I do have a Type 21 Panther, Congo, a couple of Chum Cities and a Baku. There's also a supply ship flying enough. But yeah, that's probably not going to be able to stand up against this combined force that we've got here. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll probably bring in support as well, but there you go. There you go. So yeah, funnily enough, myself also now switching over to the Super Hornets as well, because they're just that good, as you can see. Bizarre, but there you go. If it works, I guess. Fortunately, that Pohang is going to be slowly repaired. Going to drain the crap out of my opponent's supplies, but yeah, still going to get to repair it though. Interesting use of the Lafayettes though, just sending them out on their own. I mean, they do have a very good stealth for a ship anyway, but yeah. Well, anyway, whatever. Let's just see how we go with this actually. Let's see how these anti-ship missiles go. They are not going to hit anything apparently. Oh, actually, never mind. The ship did get blown up. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Nice bit of detail not on there. Oh, no, it didn't get blown up. Whoops. Oh, no, never mind. Of course, because I could select it, so yeah. Still though, it, I mean, really, it should be sinking at this point, or it should be blown up or destroyed. If I was on this ship, I think I'd abandon it. Basically, it seems to be a little bit worse for wear. But nope, no, these guys, the HATO guys, they're going to hold on for dear life. Because why not? Same time, he is going to be shooing away my panther, although is that because he can actually see it? No, he can't, so yeah, basically can't see anything except for that Congo. And yeah, so myself, yeah, actually doing a good job keeping the panthers hidden. I was actually under the impression that he was actually trying to shoo away my panthers, but yeah, looking back on this, yeah, I was actually just keeping my panthers hidden, funnily enough. So yeah, I was actually keeping them hidden. He had no idea that they were there, and yeah, it's actually worked out pretty nicely in my favour. He probably doesn't have too much of an idea of where my stuff actually is. Yeah, so myself, yep, can actually see his Lafayette. Can he actually see me from that range? Yeah, he can. So he does have some idea of where that panther is. You know that he knows that there's a Congo there, and he also knows that there's some unknown planes heading towards him as well. Unfortunately, all the missiles getting intercepted though. Not bad. Kills defense, to say the least. Just go back to neutral. A bit unfortunate, but oh well. What can you do? Actually, this would have been a better target maybe to try to go after this. But actually, I should be able to see that, I think. Yep. And he can't see the panther, no problemo. So yeah, he's kind of flying around blind. He doesn't really know what's where. Because if he did have an idea of what was where, he could try to pick off these Type 21s. Because as you can see, they're spread out. And we've got their anti-ship missiles turned off. But anyway, they're spread out and don't really have too much in terms of defenses. Bit of a mistake by myself. They're basically sending everything back ahead of the Congo. What are their speeds anyway? 30, 30, 30, and 27. So this guy should actually be able to keep up with them. And yet these guys are still managing to be a bit faster for some reason. A bit strange. But in either case, he does manage to force me to retreat. And I do have a couple of Pegasuses, as well as the Oliver Hazard Perry coming in to yeah, just to take out the forces in Hotel. My opponent doesn't seem to be reinforcing though. I think he just wanted to capture another point, as well as, you know, well, get a reinforcement zone that was basically right on my doorstep. It doesn't quite work out though. I think there was a Fremantle that just got destroyed, right next to the Lafayette as well actually, but so doing quite a bit of collateral damage there. Lafayette is probably going to get destroyed, and yep, down it goes. Sucks to be them. We'll just phase through it as well, just to see what's inside. Huh, well the interior doesn't look like much, but there you go. Usually you're not meant to look at it from that angle anyway. In case it is down. Super Hornets also just hanging around, not doing too much. Champs-Souris and everything else basically just stopping the hail of missiles coming in. Just got spam of bullets coming out from them. Very nicely done. Super Hornets, will they be able to do a bit of damage? Maybe. Are they going to go up against the Pegasuses? Well, let's have a look. Yes. No. Well, managed to get one hit in, and oh well. Better than nothing, I suppose. Better than nothing, and yeah. Definitely doing a hell of a lot better this round compared to the previous round. Actually, I wouldn't have minded playing against the same opponent that I did the last round, but I mean, this guy, he's no pushover, that's for sure. I mean, he's getting +4 points coming in, for example, while I'm not, but keep in mind that my stuff is far more concentrated than his as well, so I just have to send my stuff forth, and yeah, hopefully be able to knock his stuff off one by one. We'll see what happens though. He might have something up his sleeve though. We'll see. Just have to see, basically. Interesting use of Pohangs though. They can't cap, but yeah, overall though, as an extra fire support ship, they don't seem to be too bad really. Absorbing a bit of damage and yeah, disabling missiles on behalf of the fleet. Very nicely done. In fact, my missiles don't seem to be hitting anything. There we go. Oh, okay. I was aiming at the LCU. Okay. So, yeah, actually doing quite a bit of collateral damage to these two and knocking out the supplies as well. Very nicely done. Do have to worry about the Lafayette, but my Hornets are going to come in, and will they be able to actually hit anything with their missiles? Yes, they will, God forbid. Thank God for that. This Chumps is unfortunately getting a little bit too far forward for their own good. They'll be able to stop all the missiles that come from this thing. Not that any missiles are forthcoming anyway. While the Pegasuses, on the other hand, are not really doing too much. Although we're about to hit... No. Okay, then. So, yeah, the Lafayette is going to be able to hold its own for the time being. Did manage to force my opponent off of Bravo, though. And the Lafayette has been revealed shaken, but not stirred, but damaged on the other hand. Opponent is managing to advance down the central flank, and, well, he's going to be in a bit of trouble, though, because he can sort of try to pincer my forces here, but at the same time, I can sort of pincer his forces like that, sort of like that, and just pincer in this middle bit here if he tries to go down the middle flank. So I don't know what he's trying to achieve doing this. He doesn't really have any coasters, really. I don't think. Actually, is a Pegasus a coaster? Oh, yeah, it is actually, as well as the Pohang. The Oliver has a pair, he's not though. So I suppose he can actually use these access points for his smaller ships, but otherwise, I'm not really sure what the point of this is actually, because of the flanks here and the fact that I can just try to pincer him like that actually. But well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Time being, the Lafayette is being quite the pain in the ass to say the least. The game's about to end anyway, and I think it's mostly because of the fact that my opponent's going to quit. I don't really see. Yeah, I mean my score points are way below 750, so I don't really see how else it's going to end so quickly. I don't think I'm going to destroy all of his command ships in that time, but still was interesting though. Opponent definitely giving me a run for my money, and yeah, Pegasus spam, including a Baku, just to basically ward off any planes, although he doesn't seem to have any more apart from those CFs that got destroyed, the Super Hornets that is. Pegasus is unfortunately getting a little bit too close though. This thing does have very good range actually on its main gun too, and there we go. Now I'm going to be launching missiles against it, letting these guys get a little bit too close though, to say the least. Still though, it doesn't really matter too much because yeah, these guys can just spam missiles, and Lafayette is down. Bam. Bam Shazam. So with that out of the way, my opponent is basically reduced to his middle fleet, and it doesn't really matter because he quit anyway. Middle fleet and the one they had on my left there, so yeah. Still an interesting game nonetheless though. It's only quite a contrast to the previous game. So you have it. I shall see you all next time.